would you be open to me giving you some tips because I know about these?
Absolutely.
My pleasure. So I would say I've been, I traveled around the world by myself. So I've been in a lot of situations where I just have to kind of jump in and get to know people. And one of the first things I would say is, number one, make sure you go to something that you really, really, really want to be at. Something that's exciting to you. Something that is like get your fire going. Because even if you talk to nobody and you sit in the back the whole time, if it's something that you really wanted to do, you're still going to walk away with something like, feeling,
gained something from it. Yeah.
Feeling some kind of good way. That's number one. Number two, the best way to start making a friend at a place like when you're in this kind of thing and you're by yourself is if you're in line for your drink or for your coat check or for your whatever, and then you just talk to another person who's alone, because they're scared too. If you're feeling scared, they're feeling scared. It's just and then you become like the kind person that saved them. You're like, and all you have to do is like, oh, how'd you hear about this event? Something super simple. Or, ooh, my favorite question to ask people is where you're from.
Oh,
nobody gets offended.
Yeah.
They can answer however they want. It's not like, there's nothing about it that's going to make anybody feel any kind of way. So that's I'd say those are my go-to things. I always talk to somebody who's alone, and I just remember, like, everybody is as scared as you.
Mm-hmm. So I think your tips will really help for me to, break the ice at those events and jump out of my comfort zone.
What you just said made me think of something else too, because of what you said she does. I think one of the best things you can do is play hostess, right? So you meet one person, and then maybe you meet one other one, and you introduce them. So now you're not playing the role of another person who's at the party. You kind of can facilitate other people getting to know each other and focus on that, rather than focusing so much on yourself. And then everybody's like, damn, she's nice.
Yeah.
She made it easy for me. Ooh, let me see. JoJo said, the question that she asked is, do you come here often?
Oh, that's a good one.
Uh-huh.
I do have success in the bathroom. That just sounds weird.
Yes.
I will give a compliment. Like sometimes if I'm like, I really want to talk to a person and I'm like, oh my God, I'll say, oh my gosh, I love your shoes. Or like that one is easy. Like I can give a compliment. So that's a good icebreaker. I do know that one.
That is a good one.
Talk to people. And someone also said, Keith said, one of my resolutions is to socialize more with peers. But it's so hard to meet women friends at this age. I would agree. It is a little harder to meet them.
I totally agree.
Only because at this age, everyone has, for the most part, they have kids. They're all doing it. Nobody's really focusing on that. And by the time you sit down at the end of the night and you're like, oh my God, it's too late. It's too late. I just made a new friend in the summertime. And my husband and his friends knew her because they worked out at the gym, but we all lived in the same neighborhood. And he always said, oh, you should meet her because she has boys. And I was like, because both of my best friends, they don't have kids. So my sisters have kids, but my best friends don't. So he was like, you should, and my sisters have girls. So I have one friend who has a son, but he's one. So, I have two preteens. So it's like I didn't really have anyone to relate to. And finally, she wrote me a message on Instagram. We would say hi at the pool and everything, but nothing more. And she wrote me a message on Instagram and was like, hey, I think that we're neighbors. I'm pretty sure I just found you. And then from there, once somebody breaks the ice with me, I was like, oh, I'm a chatterbox. Like you said,
it works out.
Yes, but I need to learn to be the initiator.
Because you're saving somebody, You're saving somebody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My strategy.
There was something I was going to say.
Can happen in the worst case also. I try to get a little drunk. I do try to get a little drunk too.
Me too.
That can go bad though. that can go bad. If you're going to like a brunch or something and you haven't eaten yet, you should probably eat a little something first.
But you know what? Everybody likes somebody who's a little bit messy.
Yeah, but
like messy people.
Yeah,
you're entertaining.
Yeah.
They don't feel like they got to be perfect around you because you're a little bit messy. I mean, you feel kind of a little bit strange later on, but people kind of like messy people. There was something else I wanted to say about that topic, about for meeting people your own age. I actually have a suggestion for that also. There are so many different groups online in terms of meetup.com, Facebook groups. I just went to something on the other day, on Thursday, a group called Girl Gone International. And it was just a bunch of women. They had a thing, it was 30 plus was the age group. So it was even my age range. And they do something once a week. And what's amazing about these types of groups is everybody is there for the purpose of meeting people. So you don't have to feel weird. You don't have to feel like you're trying to make friends with somebody who's not really interested. That's why people show up. So I would highly recommend just like clack, 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 clack.